Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to come with an update on the portfolio that we built in the last video. I've now managed to put in the prices that we actually bought at. This is from the date that video was made, so you can always go back and check these prices if you want to. But there is a change that I want to make already. I know I did say that I intended to put this portfolio together and literally hold this portfolio for 18 months, give or take a couple of months, until towards the top of the bull run, to actually then look to take profits on positions. And I'm looking to just do one entry, one buy and one sale, and see what we've actually made and see if we actually hit our target, which from a 10,000 investment based on these investments is just north of 80,000. So that is something I'd like to update you on, and also to have a very quick look at the crypto markets just to ascertain what's going on and ask the question, are we ready to pull back into a deeper correction, or do I think there will be more immediate upside? So let's just start with our bull run portfolio. And as you'll see, the video I made just over 2 weeks ago constructing this was done on the 29th of November. So I've actually put in now the prices from the 29th of November, just after the time of recording that video. I did mention in the video the strategy was just to look to buy and accumulate all in one go, all on that date, as opposed to sort of spreading buys out or dollar cost averaging. For me, the time to enter crypto is now. It is the time to accumulate. We're approaching the halving. Some of these prices have already gone up since making that video over the last 2 weeks. So I think the decision was the right decision, not to hesitate and just to go in with our positions. And obviously on the next update video, I will put in the current prices. The one thing that I did want to add in right now, and I'll just actually remind you what's in this portfolio, if anyone has any guesses as to what might be the crypto that I'm actually looking to take out or sell. Let's see if you can spot it. I'll give you a big clue. It's under the meme coin section. So one of these four cryptos has seen a pretty big move, and I'm in a position now where I don't really want to hold that crypto too much longer, as I do think that we will get a bit of a pullback before the real bull run kicks off. And to be honest with you, if there's profits on the table, what I've learned is that those profits need taking, especially if you get them unexpectedly, and especially if you start to see some really parabolic price action in the token. So here it is Bob, and Bob has absolutely exploded. It's currently at 4 zeros and 7-8, call it 668. So let's assume that we've sold it right now, right, that we've just seen the price. So we're going to put 78668 into our spreadsheet. If it wants to load back up, there we go. So I think the easiest way to do this is, so I've only got, so 7866. Let's stick that in there. And that is giving us from a $200 investment a return of 3,000, which is, yeah, pretty good going. I'm fairly happy with that. We can obviously calculate the return on investment as well, just by taking our sell price and dividing that by our entry price. So we're basically looking at a 15x on this one, and that is giving us a profit of 2,800. And I think what we should do with this profit is actually reallocate that probably into some new positions. So what I'm actually going to do down here, I'll do it on the next portfolio update video, is I will find a number of other tokens that I feel are great entries that I want to buy, and I will make a section of that for sort of new purchases. And this amount of 3,000 will be redistributed across some new coins. Obviously 3,000 is quite a decent sum considering the investment was only 200. So that's a decent amount to play with. And yeah, obviously what we might do is we might actually add to some of the tokens that we already have here. But I will give that some thought, and obviously an extra 3,000 will be added into this portfolio, which obviously as our profits from Bob, obviously Bob is now sold, and I think it's unlikely we'll go back into Bob, but again, it might be that later on down the line we take profits on something else and reinvest those. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. The price has gone very parabolic. I'm not really one for holding a chart like that much longer, especially when it's a meme coin, and especially when I think there will be a lot of rotation, especially out of memes. You know, meme seasons tend to last a few weeks at most, maybe a couple of months at best. And yeah, that is the change to the portfolio. So yeah, thank you, Bob. That is a nice 15x and a very good start to the portfolio so far. And just to have a very quick look at what the broader market is doing. So Bitcoin, we can see, has pushed up. Obviously, since the last video, we did break out of our ascending triangle that we drew in here, pushed on all the way up close to 45k, and have since sort of come back down. It looks like we're sort of basing off this 10-day moving average, which is good to see, and we seem to be sort of holding support right now. I'm not ruling out us actually breaking this moving average and coming down a bit further. I think an obvious target would be the top of this previous resistance. So we'd be looking for this sort of 38k level to now flip into support. If Bitcoin were to come down, potentially we might wick into that support, but I would have thought this would be pretty strong support. And given the you know, sort of narratives and the factors around right now, Bitcoin ETF likely to be approved at the start of January. If it is approved based on the gold ETF, so they were launched the month after the ETF actually got approval, so we could have the ETF launch in February. We've got the Bitcoin halving coming up in April. Before that, we might have, or it's looking likely, we're now going to have a Federal Reserve rate cut in March. So sort of January, February, March, April, there seem to be many bullish factors. And I think the important thing to remember is that this information is known now by the market. So the market is pricing in Bitcoin ETF approval, Bitcoin ETF launch, Fed rate cut, Bitcoin halving. These four factors are starting to be priced in, and without doubt further rate cuts throughout next year will be starting to be priced in. So I do expect some volatility. I do think that Bitcoin, if it does start to climb from here aggressively and we don't see a deeper correction now, then we might experience some sort of blow off top where the leverage just gets far too high, everybody gets far too optimistic, and at some point we do have to come back down and correct, and it might be one of these sort of 20, 25%, maybe the 30% pullbacks. And this could happen at any point. I mean, you know, I'm thinking maybe after the ETF approval, or potentially it rallies into the ETF launch and then we get the pullback. But I'm thinking we will probably get that 20 to 25% correction pre-halving. And I think after the halving, it's likely that price will start to stabilize. And, you know, obviously the drop in supply plus the additional demand from the ETFs, plus the rate cuts, that's going to be quite a few tailwinds to the crypto markets throughout next year. And I'm currently feeling very optimistic about next year. So obviously, whilst I'm prepared for a pullback, you know, I think any pullback will be fairly short-lived, and I'm happy to remain with my stance as being sort of long-term bullish on Bitcoin, certainly for the next year and probably going into 2025. So that's really the update. I don't think there's too much more to add. Obviously, Ethereum is still doing its thing, sort of around 2,200. Obviously, with last talking about this, breaking out of this sort of consolidation sort of pattern. We've had Solana continue to push up. It's currently at $75. Avalanche has now broken $40, looking very, very strong. One of my other big meme coin picks is Wojak. Wojak hit a new high today, and it's 26% up. So I'm currently thinking, look, is my next portfolio update going to be one about Wojak, saying, look, we're selling Wojak because it's gone on some, you know, crazy multiple. I mean, it'd be great to get a 15x out of Wojak as well, but we'll have to wait and see. But it seems like there is a bit of sort of a meme coin season starting to begin, and we're starting to get a bit of rotation currently throughout the meme coins. And I do still feel that Ethereum and Ethereum layer 2s will get a bit of love from the market soon, and we'll get a proper rotation into Ethereum. Maybe that will coincide with things like Solana and Avalanche starting to maybe cool off a bit and go sideways for a bit as the market continues to sort of ascend upwards. So yeah, nothing too else to add at the moment, really. Obviously, sort of apologies, I hadn't had an opportunity to make a video for a couple of weeks, but this is something I'm going to be sort of actively looking to crack on with over the next few weeks. So please do stay tuned. I'd definitely like to take a bit more of a dive into some of the narratives that I've mentioned in the portfolio video, especially the gaming sector. I think gaming is really, really hot right now. Meme coins as well. So it seems to be starting to get some attention, and we're starting to see some moves in those too. And there's some other areas as well, GambleFi, etc. Yeah, there's other tokens I'm looking at and investing in those areas. So I want to be able to bring those to you and share those with you. And yeah, I think I'll leave it there. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have done, please do smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please help support the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.